You're listening to Support Creative Souls podcast, highlighting and supporting inspiring creatives, plus a few shoe stories to help kick up your innovative journey. Hosted by me, Stefani V.
Bienvenido! We are back. Support Creative Souls. We are here at our new home. We co-work and we are really, it's a workspace of experience and we are experiencing it through Support Creative Souls, this podcast. And so without further ado, I want to welcome our new and exciting guest, John Smith.
Hey guys.
Hey man.
I'm excited to be here.
Oh yay! We're excited to have him, man. It's been a lot of females and we're really excited to have you here.
Cool.
So John, tell us a little bit about yourself. Why we should support you as a creative.
So, supporting creatives, first of all, I mean, that's amazing. We need more of this in the world. But as a creative, well, first off, a little bit about me. I'm a fashion photographer here in Houston. I'm a commercial photographer and product photographer. And so, I like
Blacksmith Photo.
Blacksmith Photo. Yep, that's my website.
Yeah.
And my name is John Smith. And so, coming up with my real name, I promise. Coming up with a name, I'm like, man, John Smith, everything is taken.
Yeah, that's as a creative person, right? That's kind of hard.
And so I'm like, man, I'm black. My name is Smith. I take photos. Perfect. This is gonna be the website. And
see, this is another way creative people put together their brands.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fairly simple. So that was fun. But what we do as a business, we help other businesses increase branding through marketing, basically by creating better imagery. Quality imagery and photography and video are like the icing on the cake when it comes to a website.
Right.
You've been to a crappy website where like you see some nice shoes on Facebook, but you click on the link and then you're like, I'm not shopping on this site. Like
Exactly.
3 seconds, right? And so we help create quality images too.
And as we know now, and with social media, you know, as what for everyone's store is social media, and imagery and what you see as a photo is so important, and that's really what's selling your brand. Because I know I've gone, even through my website and stuff like that, I've gone through like, well, this picture's back from 1990, you know, 19 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can still keep using it, but it doesn't go with what my brand is now. And you really have to stay true to what you're building in photos for your brand. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, keeping your things not only professionally done, but keeping them up to date is really important. Having a photo from 8 years ago, like the fashion was different, right? Like your face looked different, your hair might be
I was
different.
going for the more sultry look. Now it's a little bit more professional.
Right? So, just keeping up with your imagery definitely helps the impact of your brand be more positive to retain clients and customers.
So how did you get started in photography? Has this been your destiny, or you just picked up a camera?
No, absolutely not. So I was in the military for 10 years. I was in the Marine Corps. I joined in 2004 and I left in 2014. So I did 10 years there while I was trying to figure out the answer to the question like, hey, what do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Right.
And as an 18-year-old, no clue, forget it, I'll join the military. Why?
Right.
Well, I figured it out there. And so when I was pondering this question over my decade in the military, I kept coming back to the answer of photography being what it is that I want to do, as opposed to staying in the military. And so in 2007, I decided that, hey, I'm going to be a photographer, and I knew that the competition out here is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need to study, I need to focus, and that's what I did since 2007. That was also my first time traveling internationally. I went to Iraq, and I was just taking pictures everywhere, everything, and it was just really fun, really exciting, and I just really found myself enjoying it.
So you found passion at what age then?
I could say I was at least 20. I was 24.
24,
yeah.
And then you've just been running with it ever since.
Yeah. I started Blacksmith Photo in 2014 when I was in Afghanistan. I'm sorry, in 2013 when I was in Afghanistan. And I knew that, hey, I'm getting out in a year. I'm getting out of the military, so I need to start my website. I need to start my portfolio, and that's what I did. I was in Afghanistan taking photos. That were portraits with like just a small light, like one of these bad boys.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. It was exciting, and it still is.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to do something that you love for a living is very rare, I find, and it's very fulfilling.
Right. You've created purpose in your life.
Absolutely.
Outside of and something that you love. And I think it's important for you is like you went into the army and stuff, and from there you still had that in your mind though. You still were thinking about photography. It was always kind of like near and dear to you, or was it just sort of like you just kind of dawned on it?
It was something that I always kind of played with a little bit.
Yeah.
But once I traveled internationally, and actually the idea was, my mentor asked me this. He was like, hey, what is it that you love doing that you believe you can get paid for?
Ding, ding,
and
ding, ding,
exactly.
people, ding,
I was
ding,
like,
ding,
okay,
ding.
I know I love going out drinking, but nobody's going to pay me to do that. I love jet skiing, but nobody's going to pay me to do that. And
Right.
so I kept coming back to, man, I love the military, but I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, so what else is there? And I kept coming back to the topic.
And I think that's key, that you can continue to ask yourself that at any age, wherever you are in life, and with whatever you're doing. My goal is to help the youth start thinking about it now.
Yes.
So by the time they are, thinking about where they want to go to school or whatever, they already know and can figure out what they're passionate about. Some of us can't. Some of us wait till we're alone. Now, like my mom helps me with my salsa, and she's very passionate about, our salsa business. But I think at any age and at any time, you can step back and be like, what do I really love to do? What can I really create? How can I create it and live a life of passion? And we see so many people doing it now, and it seems like it's so easy, and just, I'm a blogger, I did this, I did like, you're like, we all know as creative that it's not that easy.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's easy. Like, you can take any celebrity, pick one, and anybody who you believe is successful, outside looking in, absolutely, it's easy.
Yes.
It's easy for Michael Jordan to do what he did, or Oprah Winfrey to do what they did, outside looking in, but once you learn their struggle, once you learn their story, it's always kind of a push and pull.
But the most important part is the initiative, the first step.
Yes.
Which you took. You decided, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to. I created. I got my website going. I got my portfolio going, and it's a lot of people struggle with that very first step.
Well, the first step, like you said, is making a decision, but it's also exploring that decision. It took me a while to figure out, okay, I love product photography, I love fashion photography. Why do I love these things? First, I love working with a team. I love working with other creatives to create something awesome that you couldn't create yourself.
Yeah.
So with fashion photography, I'll bring in a stylist, I'll bring in a hairstylist, makeup artist, wardrobe stylist, models, and these are all creatives with their own respective
backgrounds.
Backgrounds and what they add. They bring
to the table.
Exactly, and so I have a cool photo shoot coming up that I couldn't have created without the support of my team.
Yeah, and I love that too, because everybody, even as a singer songwriter, like people feel like, do you write all your songs? And like, no, I've written songs, but some of the best things that people like collaborate with.
Exactly.
All this like, she doesn't write her own songs. We're like, good, that's a great song. Because you know that three other people created that song that you love, and why do we feel like only one person needs to be in the team to create something really great?
Yeah.
So it also going back to like being able to juggle. You're a family man.
Yeah.
So how has we're used to talking to women and like, how do you juggle your family and your career and everything? But like men also juggle their careers and their family life, and it is a struggle as well. So like, what are any key points for other men that are watching? Like,
oh man, happy wife, happy life. That's my key point. Keep your wife happy.
That's true. I'll agree.
I mean, just don't go to bed mad. Like, that's one thing. But ultimately, just making sure that you make time to work on your relationships outside of business as well, because I wouldn't be able to do this without my wife. Hands down, 100%. I don't care how good I am at it. And I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm pretty good, but I wouldn't be anywhere.
You should always toot
near
your
there.
horn.
Exactly.
If you're good at it, toot your horn.
But like without being able to depend on my wife, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be able to look forward to the future.
So it's a great balance of being able to rely on creatives and also being able to rely on someone who's stable in your personal life, who believes in you as well. Yes. And someone asked me the other day, like, how did you know the person was right for you? And I was like, well, because never once did they look at me and be like, you're doing too much. Maybe this isn't going to work for you. It's always been like, you know what? If this is what you're going to do, then make it work and go 100%.
Absolutely.
You know? And those people are key in your life for creatives.
Yeah. And then a positive mental attitude is something that's huge to make sure that you don't get down in the dirt.
Yeah.
Down in the dumps. It's so easy to go there to I don't feel like it today, or that client didn't pay me, or whatever scenario.
We all have those clients.
Exactly.
If you owe him money, you better pay it up. Anyway, so how did you sharpen your craft? I mean, you started, obviously when you started, you weren't,
fastidiously studying. Studying.
That's another one of my follow my feet tips is perfect. When I saw that as my notes, I was like, yes, perfect your craft. If you think that you're 100%, go 150%. That's the only way you're going to be better than someone else.
So, and it's not at the same time, like once you get to a level where you know you're good, still look at the people who are better than you. Since I started, I always looked at people who played on a national or global scale, photographers that I respect, artists that I respect, and they came before me, went before me, and did things better and the best at what they do. And so anybody can tell you how to be a photographer. Anybody can tell you how to run your business. Everybody has their opinion, but you have to take things with a grain of salt. My thing was I wanted to get my opinions from the people who are the best. Yes. And so I would pay attention to people like Lindsay Adler, fashion photographer in New York, or Matthew Jordan Smith, first black fashion photographer in LA, whose work is amazing. He helped bring Tyra Banks on.
What do you think about the photographer that just did Beyonce's?
Oh my God, that was so awesome! I love that.
Isn't he like only 22?
He is
I'm
very,
not sure
very
if it's I want to say it's Ty.
I can't remember his name. I followed him and I liked him. I sent him some comments and some praise. But there are photographers that I love and I respect today that have been doing this for 40 years that want to get on the cover of Vogue and they haven't been able to get there. And they're all white. And
that goes, it goes to show, like, no matter at what age, no matter at what color, the opportunity is there if you're just that good. If your craft is 150%, there's opportunities for you. And that was like my biggest thing is for the youth just to know, like, you don't have to be, a certain age to be successful. You don't have to be, you just have to be 100% with your craft. Limitations, yes.
They're definitely self-imposed, and so there shouldn't be any. It's just about thinking.
What was maybe like one of your most challenging photo shoots? Have you had many challenges, or is it mostly just getting the team together?
That's the base of things, because my photo shoots are always fun. I invite my clients to my photo shoots because I know they're fun. My team is crazy, they're professional, but at the same time we like to have fun and we like to enjoy ourselves. And so
if you're gonna be there.
And so we play music and we have food and the models are having fun, and
you let me know. Now that there's food, you let me know for the next shoot. I will be there. If you want to take a picture of me, I don't mind, but I'll definitely eat. Sorry.
That'd be super fun. I'm down. So as far as challenges go, though, most of the challenges come in the planning prior to the shoot. Getting a certain location that I might need is typically challenging. Talking to property owners and property managers, usually a lot of red tape, but besides that, I don't really have any complaints. Like, my shoots are super fun.
That's awesome. And creative mentor? I know you've already spoke about a couple people that you
I do have a couple mentors. One of them was my professor from the Art Institute of Houston. Jim Stevens, he's a photographer that's been doing landscape and different type of photography for 40 years, but he's been teaching for 20 years. And now that he's retired, I keep in touch with him and we're constantly talking more about business than the creative side of things, but it's always nice to have that person you can lean on. And
yeah, we've talked about that before. It's like it's so important for creatives to have maybe that business mentor.
Yeah.
Because we can get so caught up in the beauty of a picture and then
can.
not realize like, oh, what we gonna do with this?
Yeah, exactly. Right? And other photographers that I respect, they call these things pretty pictures. Like, great, you made a pretty picture, but who's gonna buy this?
Who's gonna buy it?
Exactly.
Right.
And so that's the kind of business mindset that he's always drawn me towards, or guided me to, is not only thinking about the aesthetics of the image, but also thinking about the back end. Who's going to pay for this? Who's going to buy this?
Exactly.
Who's it going to attract?
Things that we don't necessarily think of.
Right, because as creatives, it's so easy to get caught up
But
in
is this the most important part?
Yeah, the business is the most important
get
part.
paid for your work.
Because if you don't have anybody to pay you, then you're going to be hungry and you're going to go out of business, or you're going to go find a job doing something else.
Right, exactly. So we want to step into our shoe world now, and normally we ask everyone what's their favorite shoe, or what's your dream shoe?
My favorite shoes right now are from TaftClothing.com. Taft has some amazing shoes.
And they're amazing because
they're men's shoes, so they make men's dress shoes and men's boots, and they're handmade here in the U.S. They bring their leather from Italy. They have all kinds of colors and cool textures. There's one called the Dragon Boot, and it's green, and it's made out of calf skin, a baby calf skin, and it's such a beautiful shoe. And they come out with new ones about once every half a year. And so I'm constantly just watching their website, getting their email. So they're awesome.
Once a man finds one thing that they love, especially in a shoe, a shirt, or some type of pants, John has bought 500 things Adidas, or now Lululemon for golf, and it's just kind of I already have 20 of those pairs.
Yeah.
What, do you need another one? But that's awesome. So can we get a quick shoe of what you're wearing today? These are very nice.
I believe these are Calvin Klein.
You gotta do the kick. You gotta do the kick like this. Oh, that's a long leg.
They're long legs.
These are some nice brown loafers. Very nice tan, I should say. But what's more cool are these socks.
Yeah, I like playing with the sock game every now and then.
Throw in some color. You are creative.
Color because I gotta rock the white shirt today because I gotta go meet with a client. But I figure a little pop of color works.
Yeah, I like it. So let me give you a pop of my. I don't know if you guys already saw, but I'm doing sneakers today. Got me some my little kids. You guys know that I shoot model for kids, but you can always dress up and dress down. Throw on a sneaker, throw on a heel if you're going out later after work. So I'm doing the sneaker. So our final question, and I always have to read it, is what would you tell a young creative who is currently where you were 5 years ago?
Don't give up.
That's it.
Don't quit.
Yeah.
Don't quit. Be persistent. Be consistent. And stick to your plan and follow your plan. Don't just make the plan and then push it to the way.
Well, the thing I love about you is you've had two plans. You've gone here. You were in the Army. You've gone here. Now you're creative. And so you can have more than one plan. You can go in different directions. But just know that, it's always all going to come together. I'm sure what you've learned in the Marine Corps has helped you with business and has helped you as to be, determined and strength and mindset, And so a lot of things people don't realize are just because you've gone one direction doesn't mean you can't go another direction and be successful at both things. And I think that's really key for us, and you've been an amazing example of that. So thank you so much for joining us today. We want to give you a chance to kick into his social media.
Cool. Well, my social media, I'm at Blacksmith Photo everywhere. My website is blacksmithphoto.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything is at Blacksmith Photo. You guys check me out.
And this is John Smith, you guys. It's a name you cannot forget.
Yeah, you can't forget.
John, thanks so much for joining us. We want to thank our sponsors. I have it here. Comida Caliente Salsa. And get your bottle today. And Fragrances of Wine. And of course, our new home, We Co-Work, a workspace of experience. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's been so fun. Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Besos.
Bye, guys.
That's all for Support Creative Souls podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for next time and make sure and follow us on social media at Support Creative Souls.